Right, we are back here once again with the second part. It's actually getting a bit dark in here now, so I'll just turn this light on and see if it help matters, which I doubt it will do because the lighting in this place sucks big time. But let's get going here. As I said, I want to just try to get this as quickly as possible. Right, the first game I want to talk about is Risen. Risen, I got this I think 2 weeks ago now, and it's just it's an action sort of RPG though. Kind of sort of is. It's made by like Wizard, but like it's a Deep Silver, Wizard Box, and Piranha Bytes or something. Those like 3 ones though. Just never heard of them. Like I haven't heard of them though. But I just decided to get it though because I don't know why though. Just sort of it was probably kind of maybe an impulse buy at best though. Like the backs are just looked interesting. Played about an hour of it thus far though. Like I haven't really I played it like once in a while, God, just to see what it's like. And it's alright. It's decent enough though. It's not necessarily anything great though thus far. From what I've seen thus far, the game is kind of ugly. Like the character models, from what I've seen, it looks like a game that could have been done last generation. It just looks pretty ugly thus far though. I'm not sure if that's gonna improve or whatever though, but it is a pretty ugly game though. And the gameplay is so just kind of your standard action sort of RPG fare though. It just has, but I'm playing it there just sort of, I don't know why, it just kind of has that sort of Elder Scribes feel to me though. Just certain things about it, even though I feel Elder Scribes is better though, even though the only one I really played was Oblivion though. Therefore I can only say, maybe we could better if it was saying Oblivion rather than Elder Scribes, Elder Scrolls, damn it! Stupid me, I was going Elder Scrolls, stupid effing me. But anyway, it's a decent game though. It's not that brilliant though. It's not bad, but it's decent enough. It's it's average. It's whatever you want to call it. Right, next 2 games. The first game, is a game like I really didn't sort of know really much about this game until I heard of things about it after E3 this year. That is Borderlands. I don't think I ever heard of the game before E3, and then I sort of came out of it, and then I heard things about it. Like some people actually think it was Borderlands, one of those games that came out and shows like people actually talking about it. Then actually just went out. I actually didn't go straight ahead and looked at it, but like a few months ago, like a month or so ago, I checked. Not a few months ago, I sort of checked out gameplay footage of it, and it looked good though. And just seeing what I seen of it, I said, this game looks pretty good. And just this whole sort of thing was like a bazillion of guns, as it says on the box now, which I doubt was actually the case now. But you never know. But there is a lot of guns from what I've played thus far. I just pre-ordered it there and got it there a few weeks ago, and it's a good game. I really like it. It's just one of those games that I find quite addicting now, and it is a game that you can play co-op. It's probably better to play co-op though. I know for views say it's kind of it's kind of boring perhaps in a way, just playing on your own, but I still think, I just played it mostly on my own. I still find it to be a blast though. I just find that really the gameplay quite addicting though, just shooting the skags and like the bandits and things like that there. I find it very enjoyable though indeed though. I'm just trying to see what kind of cool guns you get next, and like the chests you find, and like the money, and like buy the like stuff like your shield that power yourself up and things like that. Nah, it's very good. It's just a very enjoyable game though. Like there's some cool guns though. Has like some of them might have like certain abilities that kind of like ones with like shock enemies, or ones like the burn enemies and things like that now, and ones have like better stats than others. As I say, of course, there's colouring as well. It's basically like an MMO. It's basically like green's kind of like somewhat rare, blue's more rare, and then it's like, you know, like purple's like ultra rare, and orange like really really rare, whatever like that, depending on whatever the colouring is. And it is a really fun game, and I actually played some with Stephanie, Steph to Death here on YouTube yesterday in co-op, and it was fun, but it was hard. It just goes to show how more hard it is though when you play in co-op, because of course the enemies are stronger now, and they are stronger, because basically just going into it and fighting them, and just basically your shield just goes like that in an instant pretty much, and you're down like every 5 seconds. And like I had to revive her several times though, but like I was down for a few times as well though, and it was a tough part of it though. It was just at the first boss of the game, pretty much up to the first proper boss of the game, Sledge. But it's a fun experience though, and I'd love to play more co-op with Stephanie and others as well. So great game. I'd recommend you pick Borderlands though. The next game is the latest edition of a series I basically play every year. I have done so ever since the first one came out back in 2000. If you know me, then you know I'm sort of a wrestling fan. I like watching really the WWE. You know, some people say WWE sucks. Yes, some parts of it do suck. Like people being the wrestlers in the main event level staying in the main event. Like get some other ones, like things like that. Just I hate. But there's people in there that are talented and put on great matches, so that's what I prefer. And that is, of course, it is WWE SmackDown vs Raw 2010, the latest one in the series. And the thing that got me really pumped up for this one was the sort of main feature, the main new mode in this one, and it was just very interesting as well, because I was actually talking to someone online a few months ago about, I was just saying it would be great though to have SmackDown gear, to have you could be able to create your own stories where you could basically, you know, like have these feuds and basically input the text and that there and do these different things. And I think it was like a few days later I seen a preview on, I forget what site it was, and exactly that was exactly, I was like, oh my goodness. I was just really, it was just, what a coincidence though, because that was basically what I was talking about. It would be great, I'd love to have that in the game, and basically that's what they did. And I was really looking forward to the game more now because of that mode in it there. And as I said, I was just really looking forward to it, and it did have some improvements as well out of it, like the Royal Rumble match has been improved, and the Creator Superstar and things like that have been improved as well. I've been playing it for the last week there, and I like it. I do like it though. The gameplay, it still does have its problems though. Like sometimes the AI is still sort of kind of in a way brain dead, and I still hate the fact though, it's just stupid. It's just so non-realistic though when you're facing in the harder difficulties where they reverse 90% of your moves. It's just, I just hate that there. I know it has to make the game be harder though, but it just makes the whole thing so unrealistic. Like, you're gonna watch a match now in like on TV where up in 90% of the time someone's gonna reverse the moves. Like, I'm gonna watch a match which is basically gonna be Reversal City. No, ain't gonna happen, Buster. Not gonna happen. And I just hate that there. I know it's always been in the games though, but I just hate that there. That's probably why I prefer playing on normal though. Just maybe because it's Asian. Plus, it's just, even if you want to sort of have a good match, you just basically let them beat you on a little, and then you can just go back and forth and things like that. Just to make it more sort of a cooler experience rather than just trying to reverse everything and then reversing everything you do. And the story mode in it, I actually sort of focused on it there yesterday though. I actually have a story though, which is just basically like a SmackDown episode, so it is. And if you want to check it out now, if you have the game, put into SmackDown Week 1 Jan. That's basically what it is though. Just look for it though on the line on the 360. And I actually really do like the story mode thing in it now. The story designer, it's cool though. It does have its problems. One, there is certain problems that it does have though. It's not perfect now. I don't like the fact the text is just ridiculous. The text choice is ridiculous though. Like the things you want to type out, you have to go on another thing though. Just really, the text thing screen could have been bigger though. Like the allocated text you should have, like characters and like a sentence should be longer in my opinion though. It's just pretty short. I know this is going to go on longer, so I'll have to go back again with another part. You know me, I go on long and long and long. But take care, I'll see you in part 3 and talk more about SmackDown.